Yo.
Hi.
I gotta come up with a new intro. I need to come up with a new first statement. Welcome to Every Inch Counts podcast. I'm your host, Josh Bogs Life Boger, and I'm with my wonderful girlfriend, Faith Zimmerman, for the second part of the Bogs Life Birthday Special.
Yeah.
Because last week I had no clue what was going on. I had no clue. She told me it was all a surprise. I knew that I was golfing, but we're gonna dive deep for the whole weekend. We talked about bowling a little bit, but we're gonna dive deep. But first, if you guys notice, we got a new sign. This thing is sick. We got a Every Inch Counts neon sign in the background. I initially was gonna put it above the guest chair, but it just didn't work out that way. The framing and the way that the wall is built, I had to put it back here. It looks sick. It's awesome.
You're welcome.
I've been wanting a neon sign for a podcast. I've had 3 podcasts. This is my third. Actually, I have 4 podcasts now, and I've been wanting a neon sign for the longest, and I mean the longest time. And I finally got one.
Yeah, this is one of his birthday presents.
Yeah, it's freaking sweet. I like it because it's basic.
Well, green is Josh's favorite color. Green is the podcast's color.
Green's my microphone.
Yeah, so the sorry, I love you, but I spent so much money on your birthday that the multiple colors was so much more expensive. I was like, green is what he's gonna get.
Oh, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm cool with that. That thing's sick. It really is cool. I really like it.
I opened it today. It came in the day after your birthday or 2 days after your birthday, and I opened it today that was my phone. I opened it today to make sure it worked properly and it looked good, and it looked so much better than I thought it was going to.
Where'd you get it on Etsy?
No, Amazon.
Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet.
I can have Josh drop the link in the bio if he remembers.
Maybe, yeah, if I remember. Yeah, this thing is freaking sweet. I can't stop looking at it. It's going to be in every episode unless I am not around the studio.
I did get it with a power bank, so it doesn't have to be plugged in. It can just be plugged into the power bank.
That is cool.
So we can take it other places. It's you gotta hang it up or lay it down. And
I think this might just be a Stu thing.
Yeah, but like if you have to, like you can prop it up against something.
Yeah, like a table in front of us or something.
Yeah,
that would be cool. But I like where it's at. It's smack dab in the middle. It's literally in the middle of both of us, so you can see it very clearly. And there's a dimmer on it, so there's a remote control here.
kind of a fancy remote.
Yeah, that there's different modes on it. And I'm not going to do that because it will give people seizures. Like it is pretty sporadic with the different movements you could do here. And then you could adjust the light, how bright, how dim. It's pretty dim right now, but it doesn't look like that on camera.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you didn't get the remote, it was just like an on and off switch, so it was like 100% no matter what. And I was like, I don't know if 100% is gonna look good on camera.
Yeah.
So I was like, the remote was like, I don't know, like $6 to $10 more, and I was like, might as well at that point. Like, if I don't get it, I'm gonna regret it. So.
Yeah. But let's get right into it. If you're not inching, what are you doing with your life?
Every inch counts.
Every inch counts, and we are inching towards telling you about the birthday shenanigans that happened last weekend. You guys know what happened on Friday because we try to record after bowling on Fridays. And now here's Saturday. So I knew straight up the rip that we were going golfing. So I had to plan in advance. I bought her balls. I bought me balls. I got balls for my birthday.
I got my own glove.
I got her own glove. But let's step by step with this shenanigans day of Saturday.
Well, I woke up before you.
You woke up before me, and I wanted her to wake me up because I'm like, it's my birthday weekend. You could wake me up. And that did not happen. I still woke myself up.
I came downstairs and woke you up.
You did come downstairs. I still had my alarm on. I think you woke me up before my alarm.
I woke you up at 7. when you asked me to.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember stuff right when I wake up in the
Yeah,
morning.
I woke him up at 7 when he asked me to because our tea time was at
9:03.
Yeah, so he wanted to get up and shower, and we got there at like 8:10.
Yeah, and then we hit the range. I gave her a couple pointers and whatnot, and then we didn't realize, or Faith didn't realize. I knew they do this at most golf courses. We got randomly paired. So not only am I teaching her how to play golf, we were randomly paired with 2 dudes. They were cool dudes.
They were super nice.
Yeah, and we played from the red tees. So those are the very front tees, what people call the ladies' tees, because I'm like, I'm not going to tee off back where I normally would when I'm with you, especially if I'm teaching you stuff. And it was fun. I mean, I played golf like I play golf. I'm not good at all.
I think
but
I
love
did
playing
pretty
it.
good.
You did do pretty good, but there was one hole. Oh, before that hole, someone lost my sand wedge. So I have this old set of clubs. It is my righty set because I'm a lefty golfer, but I used to golf righty. So I used to have a pair of righty clubs, and now I'm a lefty golfer. Now I'm all messed up. And I gave her my righty clubs to use and pretty much use whenever now. And we're right around hole like 5 or 6 or something like that. And I'm like, where's your sand wedge? Because the way the bag's set up, it's not like a new school style bag where you could put like 3 or 4 clubs in one of the holes. This thing is old, and you can only put 1 club in each hole. So
Which
I'm
makes
like,
it so difficult to find clubs, by the way.
no, it doesn't. It makes it actually easier. But there was a hole missing, and I'm like, which club are you missing? And then it turns out it's her sand wedge, which she was going to use the whole time when she gets around the green. And I literally drive the cart back 2 greens, so 2 holes, and it was gone. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, come on. Like, there's like 2 things you don't do in golf, and one of them is lose your club at a hole.
Listen.
But hold on. But we got it back.
It was my first time. And I have so much good karma in my life. It came back.
One of the Rangers came out and handed us the sand wedge at hole like 15.
Yeah.
It was like 10 holes later, we got the club back. So it was all good, but there was one hole in particular that will be forever a memory in my mind. Is we're on a par 3, and of course, Faith, you were hitting drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just don't hit it far. And
I also don't know what I'm doing.
No, you have no clue what you're doing. And the way she was swinging, I tried to fix it, but I was a little too late fixing it. She was hammering down on the ball rather than swinging it. So what does that call for? Like just topping the ball, borderline just topping it and having it roll 6 inches. Well, this time, she topped it like that, spiked it to the ground, bounced up, hit her in the cheek.
It was right here in my jaw.
Yeah, like right here.
But you can't, there's no bruise or anything. Like, it didn't hurt like a couple minutes after.
And I knew it hit her. I knew it hit you. I knew it hit you so bad. And I'm like, oh no.
It didn't even hurt as bad as I thought it was going to.
And then all of a sudden, we get to the cart, and you're silent.
Well, I was
silent.
I was laughing because like the thing is like it hurt, but like my eyes were welling up with tears because I was laughing so hard, and then also like the guys that we were paired with were right there when I hit myself. So I waited till they drove off to their ball because they realized you hit, and then we were gonna go to your ball. And I finally looked back at him, and he goes, "Did that hurt?" And I go, "Yeah."
And then you just see little tears coming down her face. I'm like, oh no, not a meltdown on the golf course.
No, I had a good time. It was really fun.
What was awesome was the 18th where you chipped it out of the bunker and like 2 feet from the hole.
Yeah, I'm the shit.
Those are the shots that bring you back to golf.
Honestly and truly, I'm the type of person that, not that I have to be good at something right away, but I at least have to want to learn.
Yeah.
And I did not think golf was going to be that for me. And also, me and Josh have a lot of hobbies in common already, like a lot. We're too much alike. So golf was his thing. Golf was for him and the boys. I would go and hang out every once in a while, but it was his hobby by himself. And when we got done, he was like, "Did you have fun?" I said, "Yeah, I actually did have a lot of fun." He's like, "Would you come back?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Great, now you can come with me." And I'm like, "No, that's not what that means. Not every time, because you need your boy time."
Oh, yeah, I do like my boy time.
I know, and that's
do.
why that's one of the reasons I was so hesitant to golf with him, because one, I didn't want to like have a meltdown and us be mad at each other. And I didn't want to like it enough where
You want to just go.
Where you wanted me to go with you all the time. Because I it's not that I don't want to go all the time, but when we have something in common, you want to do it together. You always want to do it with me, which I appreciate, and I love that about you. But I want you to have your boy time. I want you to be able to have a hobby for yourself. You know? Because we do so much together.
Yeah, and golf is pretty much like my thing.
Like, we do a lot together. Like, we bowl together. We have the same likes of TV shows and movies. Like, we draw together. We read together. We do puzzles together. All of our hobbies are together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little balance of, like, of course, like, what I would probably do is, like, days where you work in the mornings and we're not doing anything that afternoon when I come home from work. I come grab you. We play the par 3 course.
Well, yeah.
And stuff like that. Like, not like full 18s. Like, I actually want you to learn how to swing a golf club. Like, I just don't want you going out there just all willy-nilly. And
But I like having fun.
it will be even more fun.
Okay.
It will be even more fun. We gotta go to the range and all that stuff. But that was fun. And then let's fast forward, not even like half hour later, I've been wanting to go to this antique mall for as long as we started dating.
It's been about a year since he's noticed it.
And oh man,
it's like 5 minutes from my house.
It's 5 minutes from your house, and it's something I'm into. Me and my dad always go to. We haven't in a long time, but we would always go to the flea market. I love resale shops, like resale toy stores and card shops and stuff like that. So this has everything. It's not only like toys, cards, memorabilia. It's like actual shit. Like it's an actual like outlet where like people sell their stuff, and it's not just like a garage sale. It's a little bit more. It's way more organized than a flea market too.
I didn't realize how big it was, and I know how Josh is in stores like that, so I really underestimated his ability to waste time in there. Because the whole reason we went there is because I needed to waste time.
Yeah, we did waste a good amount of time there.
And like, I think after that, you were just like so excited to be in there, like it was out of your mind that we had to be somewhere.
Yeah, and you know what was cool? One of the things I saw there, so I have this tattoo right here of Hot Stuff, the devil. And it's an old cartoon character that used to be a comic in Casper the Friendly Ghost world. Casper's the ghost, Hot Stuff is the devil. You see him every casino you go to, you see a Hot Stuff machine with the little devil. And I saw these comics. There was 110 issues, and they wanted $75 for it. It's not worth $75. They're worth $50. I would have 100% bought it if it was $50 because that's just something that cool to have.
And we saw that in the beginning, guys, by the way.
And we saw that like within the first like 15 minutes of being there.
We were in there for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and well, there was comic books I was looking at. There were action figures, old video games. I never seen so many Funko Pops in my life. And I've been to conventions where they sell a shit ton of Funko Pops, and I have never, ever seen so many Funko Pops in my life. Like I'm talking by the thousands. Had to be.
Okay.
Had to be.
Okay.
What else was cool that we saw?
I mean, there was tons of like vintage clothing that was there, but I was so stressed when we were there that I didn't look at anything really. So we need to go back. there's a lot of cute vintage clothes and homemade cups and artwork and 3D printing stuff.
The 3D printed stuff is cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's something I would like to have, is a 3D printer.
There's a lot of vinyls there too.
Yeah, a lot of vinyl records. And they were cheap too. I just did not want to sit and take the time and look through every single box and find stuff that I like.
Because he wanted a big sweep through what all was there.
The only difference between this place and a flea market, besides the whole it's a little bit more organized and all that stuff, everyone owns a booth just like a flea market, so they build like their little corner, and there's no negotiations. So like when you're at a flea market, you're
there's
talking
no one
to the
there
guy.
at their stand.
Yeah, no one's there at a stand, and you check out in a big lot.
Yeah, because it's a building, and they have like food, and they have like regular drinks, but they have alcoholic drinks, because when you walk in, there's a sign that says "Drink while you shop." This is what the alcohol we have, which is cool. I think it's really cool.
Mariano's does that.
What's that?
By me, it's I could be wrong, but I've always thought of it as like a high-end grocery store.
Okay.
There is one by the bowling alley I used to bowl at.
Arena?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one.
Oh, I have a story about that, but keep going.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I took my aunt to the airport this morning, and I didn't realize how close Arena was to Midway.
Yeah.
And because we were driving, and I looked over, and I was like, Josh used to bowl there. And my grandma and my aunt were like, what? I was like, yeah, I didn't realize every time I drove here, I was right by the airport.
Yeah, I bowled there in all 4 years of college, and then my last year for the Sunday League I used to bowl in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that place has got a lot of hours, and I got a lot of hours in the place. It's
Sorry, it popped in my head when you said that.
Oh, no, that's cool. Like, I didn't know which way you took to the airport, so you took that way, which makes sense. The place is all right. But this antique store, gotta go to. I will be there again and again and again, especially if people are fast on moving product.
If you live in the Northwest Indiana area, it's called the Antique Mall, and it's in Highland, Indiana. It's on Indianapolis by where the Ultra used to be. If
it's
you
right off the
remember what
exit.
it is. Yeah, and where Big B Coffee was just built.
Yeah, it's right off the exit. Go check it out if you're in the area. It's
a little bit off the exit.
A little bit, but not much.
It's still not right off.
It's like 2 lights.
Okay, yeah.
But there was a reason why we went to this antique mall, and it was to buy time.
My turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, we get done with golfing at like 2. Should I say what the surprise was, or should I just keep it anonymous until we get to that point?
Keep it anonymous until you get to that point.
So I had something planned at 3. So I was like, okay, I got an hour to kill. So I was like, I need gas. So we went and got me gas. And then I was like, let's go to Aldi because I want to see if they have these dark chocolate bark that his sister had me try the other day, which the stuff he bought at Aldi is still upstairs.
Good shit.
And then after that, that took like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes.
Not
and
even.
I was like, fuck.
You were in the bathroom more than when we were there.
Yeah, I really had to pee. And I was like, oh, fuck, what do I do now? So I was like, oh, the antique mall's right there. So I was like, okay. I was like, do you want to go to the antique mall? And he was like, yes, please. So we went. And by the way, we were talking about that store when we were there that's right next to it, that buyer's market.
Yeah.
I had a client the other day that told me that it is a store that's kind of like a restock store. So it has a bunch of high-end stuff sold for cheap that was overstocked.
Yeah, overstock stores. Yeah, those things are sweet.
So we'll have to go in there too.
I've never been in one, but yeah, I've been wanting to.
It's right next door. But anyways, so we get there, and immediately when we walk in, I'm like, okay, we could kill some time in here. And to the left is a showcase area where they have cases, and some of those things you can just buy stuff from the case, and some of them is just showing what like.
You can still buy them. You got to just press a button and it brings someone over.
Yeah, but it's still like the they have actual booths connected to those showcases.
Yeah, like these showcases had like Nintendo 64s, GameCubes, Game Boys,
so it's like
everything.
a look into what they're selling at their booth, but you can still buy stuff in the showcase. So we're walked through that, and I don't know, we were We were probably in that showcase, that section of showcase, which is not that big, by the way, for a good 45 minutes.
I had to look in every single one of the stuff I liked.
So my mom calls me at some point, and she's like, hey, I'm going to make this very vague because we're not saying what happens after yet. But she was like, hey, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, when is this happening? Because it's almost 3. And I was like, well, we're still walking around. Like, I'll let you know, kind of thing. And she's like, okay. And then, but I'm trying to make it like open-ended questions and like open-ended statements because Josh is like, I walked away from him and he followed me.
I didn't want to get lost.
So I hung up and he was like, who's that? I was like, my mom. And she was like, what did she talk about? And I just like was like, oh, we were talking about my cousin. Oh, it was Austin. I was like, we were talking about Austin. And he was like, oh, okay, because it's not uncommon for me and my mom to talk about him. Not in a bad way. Like, Austin and me grew up really close, so he's like another sibling for us.
Yeah.
So, you know, it wasn't uncommon because my grandma was out of town at that point and stuff like that. But so I was like, okay, like I looked at him and I was like, don't forget we have something at 3, but if you like, but we don't have to be there at 3. So like, take your time. And he's like, okay. So we're walking through everything. It hits like 3. It hits 3 at that point. And I look at him. I said, baby, I love you, but I'm going to give you like 15 minutes. And he's like, okay.
We fly.
At this point, it's been an hour. All right. I was like 15 minutes. And he was like, okay. I was like, but if you need more time, like I can give you an extra 5-10 minutes. Like, I don't want to kick you out, but like we need to get out. So he's like going up and down these aisles super fast or whatever. I go to the bathroom because we've been in there an hour and I have to pee. My mom calls me again and she's like, hey, your dad's sick. He needs this medicine. If you need to push back some more time, you can go pick this up. So I was like, okay. And then 15 minutes goes by. And I was like, babe, 5 minutes. Because he still had sections to go through. My mom calls me again. She's like, forget about the medicine. Just get here. And I'm like, okay. Because at this point, it is 3:20. Like almost 3:30.
You didn't know what I did when you were in the bathroom.
No, go ahead.
I went through 3 rows when you
I
were
was
in the
not in the bathroom that long.
Exactly.
Like I waited in line for maybe like a minute.
Exactly. I flew over around the aisles. And that's why I said, oh, yeah, we just have right here. Just walk through it real quick and walk out. And that's what we did. Because I covered the rest of the ground when you were in the bathroom.
Yeah. And he was like, when we left, he was like, do we need to pick up that medicine for your dad? I was like, no, mom said she'll pick it up tomorrow. He's like, okay. Let me tell you guys, I'm like shitting bricks. Like getting back to this house, I am so nervous. Like I have so much anxiety. I'm afraid my phone's gonna pop up with something about the surprise. Like I have muted and like put on do not disturb with everything because he won't notice because he's with me, right?
And I'm really good at like finding out what's going on.
Yeah. So we get back to the house. And when we pull in, he can see that my uncle and my cousin are there, which is not uncommon for them being there.
It is uncommon for
he's
uncle.
always here. You just never see him.
Ever since we started dating, he's never just been chilling on.
I promise you, ask my mom and dad. He is always here. You just never see him. He doesn't come in the house when he comes.
He's like a ghost.
He usually doesn't sit on the porch though. He stands at the stairs and talks for like 30 minutes. Then he goes home.
Oh.
Yeah. But no, he is always here. But we walk in and I can't say the rest without like okay.
It's at that point.
Okay. So we walk in and do I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we walk in.
You're at that point. That's when you say
okay. So we walk in and I have a big group of our friends around the corner of my house because the way my backyard is set up is it goes past where the edge of my house is because it goes towards the rest of the house. So they were hiding behind that brick wall because Josh can't see them at that point. We walk into the fence. Josh immediately goes to my cousin and my uncle to talk about golfing. and I know where they are. So I walk over to like stand there so he'll eventually come over. I wait like a minute and they're all just staring at me, right? And I have a video of this. And I'm just
You have a video of
yeah.
this? Oh.
I had Zoe take a video for me.
Oh.
And so I finally look at him, and for granted, the day before I cut the grass. So when we got out of the car, I was like, why don't you come in the backyard and look at the grass I cut? I did a really good job. And he's like, I saw it this morning. It's okay. I was like, okay, fuck. So I walk over there and I'm like, oh my gosh, babe, look what Ruby did, who is one of our new dogs. And he's like, what, babe? I know you cut the grass, because he wasn't listening to me. He was like, I know you cut the grass. It looks great. I'm like, no, come here and look what Ruby did. He's like, what? And he walks around and my friends are hiding there, and he walks up and he goes, surprise. And he's like, I knew something was happening. You've been on your phone all day.
I knew. Like, as soon as you said, oh, look what I did with the grass.
Well,
I'm
you
like,
weren't coming near me.
Well, here's the thing.
And I was talking about what Ruby did, not look at the grass.
I knew there was a reason why you walked around and picked up dog poop.
Okay.
I knew there had to be a reason. That's the one thing, because I remember like when we had my dog, we just mowed over the poop. I don't know if you guys do that too.
My dad does.
Yeah, you just mow over the poop. You don't pick up the dog poop in the backyard unless...
You can't tell me you were suspicious because you told me that day you had no idea. I
had no idea, but I had my suspicions.
He thought we were going out with friends.
Yeah, I thought that.
Oh, so on the way home, so the whole last night, day of, he keeps asking me, how far away is this place? Where are we going? What's happening?
I go, I need to mentally prepare for this car ride. How far are we going here?
So when we left the antique mall, he's like, do you promise you'll tell me when we get to your house how long it's going to take to get there? I said, I promise, because we'll change and we'll go, and I promise I'll tell you how long it takes. Okay. Turns out we got nowhere, and it was in my backyard.
Turns out it's no miles by car, but I think I put about 7 miles in that backyard.
Everyone was over for a good 7 hours.
Yeah, it was a long day. Long day. We had an injury. We had so we grilled out the day before. Shout out Victoria, I love you. She was working at the center I was working at and let me go home early so I could go to the grocery store and everything before Josh got suspicious that I was off working at the grocery store. And I should just start checking your location.
No,
because I have your location on, right?
He never looks at it.
I never look at it. I it doesn't come to my mind to check your location.
Yeah, he never looks at it.
And the funny thing about all this stuff is it's like I'm really bad at surprises. So my reaction was, I felt like it was terrible.
I mean, I have the video if you want to see it.
I felt like I was like, oh, hey guys, like that. And I've never had a surprise party before, and I've always wanted one, but
that's why I threw it.
But here's why I probably have never had one. I go, well, one, I never had a girlfriend that would do anything like that for me.
You're welcome.
My parents probably would have never done that for me. And I could find out. I knew you got me a neon sign. I knew we were going golfing. The only thing I could not get was the party.
Baby, why do you think when you asked me about certain things, I would just smile and I love you, but you get distracted so easily? So as soon as you know something, you're like, oh,
squirrel.
Oh no, by the way, guys, Thursday, right? Was it Thursday? Yeah. Thursday, before everything. I tell him about golfing. No, it was Wednesday. I tell him about golfing because we were going golfing on Saturday. And he is like, you could never hide anything from me. You could never throw me a surprise party. I would find out so quick, babe. I love you, but you could never hide anything from me. And I'm hyping him up, right? I'm like, you're so right, babe. I could never lie to you about that. I would just smile and you would know right away. And he's like, yeah, I know. Internally, I'm freaking out.
And you were stressed out too.
I was stressed out for 2 weeks, and if that didn't give him any indication, I don't know how you did not find out.
Yeah, I had no clue.
I was so stressed, guys. It was absolute. I was getting tension headaches. Like, I hate lying to him. Like, I was like literally so nauseated by guilt that I was lying, but it was for a good cause. Like, I could not do it.
So I wouldn't have felt bad for lying if it was for a good cause like that.
I can't. Like, I can't. Like, I want to tell you your presents as soon as I buy them for you.
Oh, we'll get into that in a little bit because they were fucking cool.
But like, that's how I am, and you know that. Like, I buy him a Christmas present. I'm like, do you know what I got you? Do you want it now? Like, I can't hold it in. That's just how I am. So holding in that surprise party for that long, it was awful.
And that lasted all night. We played werewolf. Me, Austin, and Kevin. We were chipping in the yard.
Me and Riley cooked on the grill.
Yeah. We found out Ruby loves golf balls.
Oh yeah, that was so funny. I'm so sorry. I was so stressed for hosting. I did not take pictures or videos or anything.
Everyone's ass in Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, I didn't play Mario Kart.
No,
I played Mario Party.
I didn't play Mario Party.
No, you sat there.
Yeah, I just sat there. I was exhausted at that point.
You cuddled with Kevin.
You gotta think, me and you had a long ass day.
Yeah, I know.
And then everyone left, and then we just chilled.
We laid here and debriefed for a good 15 minutes per day.
Oh man, yeah, we had a debrief, and then the next day, I celebrated my birthday with my family. Basically, that entails waking up and waiting for my grandparents and my dad to get home. And then we had this homemade dish called chicken squares, which are amazing.
They're so good.
They are the best thing that my parents, either one of them, has ever made.
Your mom makes it.
Yeah, it's the best thing she makes. My grandma makes it really good too, but my mom adds a little bit more seasonings and spices.
Your grandma was so funny when she was eating it. She was like, you can tell she adds something extra because it's a little spicy.
And I'm like, it's not spicy. And the best part is my papa sitting next to her with a whole thing of pepper right on it.
It was
and he
so
looks
funny.
at her, and I'm like, his is loaded with pepper. What are you talking about, spicy, Grandma?
I had perfect timing too. I worked Sunday morning, and then because I needed money for spending all the money that weekend. And as soon as I showed up, Josh goes, "Dinner's done." I'm like, "Oh, great!"
I tried to time it out perfectly, and I did. But that was fun. Then we played dominoes. Dominoes has got to be one of my favorite games. Mexican train dominoes. Some people play it differently. Some people only play it with double 6 dominoes. We play with double 12s, and we work our way all the way down to 0.
Yeah, but you guys play it differently than my family does.
We do play it differently. The way we play is you have your initial 15 dominoes, and then you build your train, and then from then you start going one by one.
Yeah, in my family, we go one by one the whole time.
Yeah, that just takes too long.
It does. It takes a couple days, but that's the whole reason we did it.
Yeah, no, I got to teach them the way that we do it. That's how you get the game moving.
They won't like it. I already told you. I explained it to them, and they don't like it.
Yeah. And then for the rest of that night, we pretty much chilled. What did we do after dominoes? Did we do anything else after dominoes?
We played one round of dominoes, and then did we do anything else with your dad and sister?
I don't think
and
so.
Mom?
No, we didn't.
We just lay in your room?
Yeah, we watched TikTok.
No, we watched a Sidemen video.
Yeah, we did.
But I went home early that night.
Yeah, you had to be home early. That's why. That's why we only played that game.
Because my grandma and aunt went on a Greece cruise for 8 days. So
they came back
that Sunday. Yeah.
And it worked out because I had a 7:00 tea time with my dad and one of my best friends, Nikki. I need to get him on the pod, and then his dad, Brian. That was fun. We played a 9-hole course before they went to work.
And that's Monday. That's Josh's birthday.
Yeah, that's my actual birthday was Monday, and it was me and Nikki versus the dads. And we lost. We played phenomenal. If we played bogey golf, and if bogey was par, we were +3. We did not play bad. For two people that really, I can't say I really don't golf anymore because I golf all the time. I just am not good. So it worked out where me and him were playing solid. Like one of us will hit a bad one, but then we'll pick each other up, and every once in a while we'll have two bad ones. But my dad and Brian, they were they were killing us. They were.
Yeah, you really didn't text me that much that morning, which is fine. I was at work, but
I was just hanging out, honestly.
well, I had no problem with it. You gave me a debrief when I saw you.
Yeah, and then after that, my dad bought some Cinnabon for me and him, and then I took a nap, and then
You took like a 4-hour nap.
no, it was only a couple. It wasn't that bad. And then Faith came
I have the
over.
receipts. But
Faith came over because she got off of work because she still had to work that morning.
I needed to make back the money I spent on you that weekend.
And then we went to Hibachi. We went to Woo's house. One of my favorite places to go. I get my double fish.
Well, you opened your presents before then.
I did. Okay, yeah. Before we went, I opened up my presents, and it pretty much says it all. 2 sets of Legos.
Okay, before people start judging me in the comments, golf was expensive.
Oh yeah.
The party was expensive because I bought everything. The neon sign was expensive. Legos are expensive, and I bought dinner.
Yeah. You did enough. You did enough.
I was just clarifying.
I like the brick heads. I don't know if you guys don't know what the brick heads are. They are, I say equivalent to Funko Pops, and you guys got to know what Funko Pops are. They're like Legos equivalent to that, where you build a little figure. It's got a little base on there you're standing on. I got the Phantom Menace set, which comes with Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, little Anakin, Queen Amidala, Jar Jar Binks, and then I forgot who that other dude is.
I have a picture of him on my phone.
The dude that's always with Padme. I don't know who that is. Or Queen Amidala. I don't know.
I have a picture of it. Oh, you mean Anakin?
Not Anakin.
I have a picture. So for recall, me and Josh went to the Lego store a couple months ago, like back in like summer, and he wanted that brickhead set. So he was like, I don't know if I want to buy it now, but I'm afraid it's
Panaka.
Okay. And he was like, I'm afraid it's gonna go away, and I took this picture and June 2nd. And he's like,
before your birthday.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm afraid it's going to go away. And I was like, well, wait, next time I get paid, I'll buy it and I'll have it for your birthday. So I've known he's wanted this since June, and I got it for his birthday. So I was very proud of you for not trying to buy any Legos.
You know, I wanted to buy so much stuff, and I didn't because I didn't know what you got me. Like, I didn't buy any golf stuff that I wanted.
Which preference, I told him a month before his birthday, if he wanted golf stuff, he had to send me specific golf stuff because I don't know anything.
Yep. But the other Lego says, cool, it's a Spider-Man helmet or head.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say helmet because it's not a helmet, but it's a Spider-Man mask stand type thing. It is cool. My Lego collection is overtaking my room. I am losing.
I built Legos that day.
You did. So we ended up going to Target because she forgot her freebie that she got from the Lego store.
It's still in my room. I haven't built it.
She wanted to build something, and I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Well, because otherwise Josh is not going to build it till I leave.
Yeah, I like doing things with her. Sorry, I like doing things with my girlfriend.
See, another hobby, Legos.
Yeah, and we got her the Patronus from Harry Potter, and it's like a 2-in-1 where you could either make Lupin's wolf, or you can make Harry's
stag.
I was gonna say deer, but it's a stag. Harry Potter fans would have killed me. And it's actually really freaking cool.
We watched we did it for like 2.5 hours.
We watched a movie and a half.
Yeah, we watched Iron Man 2. No,
Iron
Man 1
and then Iron Man 2.
Yeah. Like 30 minutes into it. He did both sets in the time it took me to do one.
I actually did both of them before you did one.
Listen, I went to the bathroom. I misplaced a couple pieces here and there.
You were making bad misplaces.
I was like, what is with me today? I haven't built Legos in so long.
Yeah, we got to start buying more. It's expensive, man. It is expensive.
I said
but this
for
is
Christmas
also,
we would find a big set that we can build together and put it on our list.
And like I said before, this was also a birthday present to sign.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool.
He just didn't get it till after.
But hibachi was great too. After that, she took me to hibachi. I got my double fish. If you know, you know.
I got fish
Shrimp
too.
and lobster. You got salmon.
Mm-hmm.
I got my shrimp and lobster, and so good. It's just so good. Then we went to Target. Then we started building. But it was a great birthday weekend. And then
I packed it full for you.
It was a crazy birthday weekend, and then this week was even crazier for me.
Yeah.
Because before we get on, I want to say it's probably the best birthday I've had, like, total.
You're welcome. I love you.
And I love you too, and I'm super thankful for everything that you do.
You heard that, right? It's on tape.
It's on tape. But then this week, with Dan's Golf World and all the stuff we're doing, it is the week of Live Chicago in Bolingbrook, which is 45 minutes from my house. So we went, and we were in the media room doing media stuff, and there wasn't really much to do Wednesday, but yesterday, Thursday, they had the Pro-Am, and I met a couple cool people. I met the Barstool guys, like Big Cat, and Jersey Jerry, and then I also met Ninja, which was so cool. So I actually, like, when I was talking to Big Cat and Jersey Jerry, it's just kind of like a one-off, like, have a good round, or like, can I take a picture, and then I'll say have a good round and all that stuff. But with Ninja, I actually, like, talked to him, and that dude is a cool dude. Like, I'll tell you straight up, like, people perceive him online kind of bad. He is so cool.
Josh was literally geeking out so hard after he met him. Like,
yeah, that was one of those ones where I'm like, I can't believe that kind of just happened.
He was so excited.
Like, the Barstool guys, like, they're huge too. But I know they're from the area. I didn't know Ninja is from the area.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And I'm like, oh, what are you doing out here? And supposedly he was supposed to be at a poker event. That got canceled. Same day, Live Golf called him up. Was like, hey, there's this Pro-Am. Do you want to play in it? And then he said, yeah, of course. But yeah, he's super cool. That was a trip. I got pictures. I could put the pictures in here with both of them. But it was fun. I got merch. This is my hat. Smash GC. Shout out to Brooks Koepka. He's actually in the lead right now for the tournament. Yeah, he's 4 strokes up. I got a Smash shirt.
Because he didn't go today.
No, I only went to 2 media days. It's just too much of a time crunch going from there to here and having the bowl. And then same for tomorrow too.
Yeah, we bowl tomorrow.
Yeah,
we bowl together again. Another hobby we do together.
Yeah, we got way too much in common. It's pretty sad.
I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
I was like, you're obsessed with it.
Yeah, I actually really do like it. It gives us more things to do.
Yeah, we're not necessarily always laying around. Like, we're homebodies. But we're not necessarily always laying around doing nothing.
No, because I can't sit still for more than 5 minutes.
That's not true. If we're watching Big Brother and you play on your phone, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I gotta be doing something. I can't just, like, I have a weird thing with, like, and I think this stems back all the way into, like, middle school when I was playing Xbox 360. The most attention I could give to a TV is when I'm doing something. It's weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, because, like, we have certain shows we watch when we do puzzles and Legos, but there's other stuff we don't watch. Like, we have to watch, like, intensely, or I watch intensely and Josh watches when he plays on his phone.
Yeah, it's a trip. But so I started watching this show on Amazon. They have it on Amazon Prime Video. I'm a super huge fan of it. It's super nerdy. I have a tattoo of it.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't know that was where you were watching it.
So I have a Power Ranger.
Cover the titties. There's children might be watching.
So I have a Power Ranger pinup tattoo. And I grew up watching that show. I've said it multiple times on this podcast. But I was always curious on what the Japanese version of these shows are, because all the footage of them in the Ranger suits are all Japanese footage. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's called Super Sentai, and since all this stuff, and I'm trying to remember, I'm like, oh, this has got like a Godzilla type theme with the Megazords and the big monsters and stuff like that. So I kind of like put two and two together. I'm like, damn, that really influenced this show, because it was made. It actually was made in the 70s, but I just started watching it from the Mighty Morphin series from 93. So cool. It is dark as shit. Like, Rita Repulsa's named like Bondoro or something, or Bondera or something, or Bandora. I think it's Bandora. She's trying to kill kids. There was one episode where like blood's coming out of her eyes and stuff that you don't see, because they pick and choose some of the what's going into the Power Rangers and what's from Super Sentai, and some of the stuff they don't take is the coolest thing in the world. Like the story between the Green Ranger, rest in peace, Jason David Frank, legend in the Power Ranger community, and the Red Ranger, their storyline, it's still the same, where like it's an evil Green Ranger that's trying to beat the Power Rangers and shit like that. It's the same with Super Sentai, but it's the guy's brother.
Whose brother?
The Red Ranger's brother.
Okay.
That like when he's older, the Green Ranger's older, and like when he was a kid, like his parents were like some king and queen of some castle or some kingdom, because they like, it's almost like a Captain America effect, where like they're frozen in time.
Oh, okay. I was like,
and they come back.
King and queen got to be Captain America.
Yeah, so like when they were kids, when the Red Ranger was a baby, he got adopted by his parents, and his parents got rid of the Green Ranger, just got rid of him.
He said, psych.
Yeah. And just the storyline and everything, and how the guy actually dies and shit like that. It's intense. Like, he only had like, why are you crying?
I yawned.
I say death and you start crying.
Oh, shut up.
But so part of the whole storyline with this Green Ranger is that he had like 72 hours to live, but if he stays in this confined secret like room, the candle doesn't, his life isn't a candle, almost like an hourglass. That candle doesn't burn, but as soon as he leaves, it starts burning, and if he morphs, it burns faster. And then he eventually ran out of time, and then he died.
I was about to say, you can't live your whole life in that room.
Yeah.
I mean, he could, but
he tried to, and then he got super bored.
Boo-hoo!
It's a good show, though. If you guys are into that kind of like Japanese cultural and Japanese pop culture, go check those out. It's on Amazon Prime.
I started watching a new show.
What show?
Ghost Whisperer.
How is it?
It's honestly and truly really good. So I didn't realize years ago I tried to watch it, and I apparently never got past like the third or fourth episode. But I'm in the second season. I'm about to start the third. Such an underrated show, I feel like.
Really?
Like, this is like, I think like 2003, 2004, maybe 2005.
I'll tell you something. That era, 2003, 2004, 2005, I think it beats like the TV shows. I think it beats TV shows now. Like, they're just iconic.
No, some of the ones now are much better.
Well, of course, but like in 2000, especially like kids TV.
And I'm not talking about kids TV though.
I'm talking about general
adults.
Yeah,
TV.
yeah. You had what started in 2002. I don't have my laptop with me, so I can't really look it up. Search up on your phone. Search up
what? I'm talking about my TV show, and you're derailing the
I'm
conversation.
not derailing. I just want to know what were the top shows in the area, or not the area, in that timeline. Killing me, babe.
You're killing me.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about my TV show, and you derailed it.
I did not derail it.
They don't get to know what it's about now.
We are gonna find out what it's about. What do we got here?
I'm typing with one hand. Talk if you want. You don't want to be in silence.
That's why I was talking. Giving me attitude here. Ain't good. Ain't good for the program. You do look good tonight, though.
Shut up.
Come
you said
on.
2002?
Yeah.
Everwood, Endurance, MI5, Top Gear, Without a Trace, What I Like About You, The Wire, Dr. Phil, I don't got that, Firefly, The Shield, Wire in the Blood, George Lopez, CSI Miami, 8 Simple Rules, Monk, Half and Half, Kath and Kim, Still Game, Foils War, The Dead Zone, American Chopper, Fast Lane.
Okay. Okay. Do you know I know
The
about
Twilight Zone, though.
that
Love
was still on there?
Love the Twilight
I'll tell you
Zone.
something. I know about as many shows as I could count on my hand in that list.
So yeah.
I was completely wrong.
Mine was released in,
You said 2003?
I don't know, I'm looking right now.
Well, what is it about?
You don't get to know.
You got to say it.
Nope.
Yeah.
You don't get to know.
It's not for me.
2005.
It's not for me. It's for the viewers. So you
2005.
gotta explain to the viewers.
Oh,
what
I am
this
on
show
season 3. I only have one more season left. I'm so sad. There's only 4 season releases of the show.
Is.
It got released in 2005.
So what's the show about?
Take a guess.
A ghost that whispers.
No.
Okay, then what is it? I'm not doing this. Just say what it is.
Sassy. You're the one that derailed the conversation.
I just had
And
a
then
small
realized
tangent.
you don't actually know.
It was a small tangent. You could go into small tangents.
I don't interrupt his tangents, and you can go back and see.
So what is it about?
Are you going to interrupt me again?
No.
So it's about this girl who just got married and lives in a... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because literally the intro to the show is she literally starts off with the same thing. My name is Melinda Gordon, and I just got married in a small town called Grandview.
Grandview.
Now, you must think, what's so special about me? Well, I can speak to the dead.
It's almost like a teenage witch, like Sabrina the
She's
Teenage
completely an
Witch.
adult, though, and she's married. But it's basically like she lives in this small town. She's married, and she owns this antique shop because, you know, dead people are attached to items. So, like, she owns this antique shop. Her husband's a paramedic. Again, death. And he can't see anything, but she sees it. And the first season, honestly and truly, I cry more at these episodes than I've cried at a lot of shows.
And
like,
that's hard to do.
It is really sad. Like,
It is really hard to do because you cry over everything.
yeah, it's really sad them like her reconnecting the spirits with their family so they can cross over to like the light or whatever. Honestly and truly, really, really good show. The second and third season are more about, there's still like the normal stuff, like her crossing spirits over, but it's about like dark spirits that's trying to counteract what she's doing. So there's some underlying villain because there really wasn't one in season 1. No, I'm on season 3, where we're at like, I think we're at the height of the villain-esque. And I think there's going to be a downfall of like no villains in season 3. And either season 4 is going to be absolutely no villains, and that's why the show got canceled, or a new villain or a return of a villain that people didn't want, and that's why the show got canceled.
I hate when they freaking do that.
So I don't know. Honestly and truly, 10 out of 10 recommend, and I don't do that a lot for shows. Like, it's very, very good. Don't necessarily like some of the comedy tidbits in there.
Is it bad comedy?
And no, it's more so like, it's more so
outdated.
No, it's not even comedy tidbits. It's like her husband supports her one episode, and the next episode he's like so against it, and he hates that she can see these spirits, but then like she cries over it in like 10 minutes in the episode, and then he's like hugging her saying like, you do so good with your gift, but 10 minutes ago, bro, you were yelling at her about it.
I don't know if that's comedy.
It's not. That's what I'm just saying. Like, it's not bad acting. It's bad script.
Bad storytelling.
Yeah. Like, I love her husband. Like, I think altogether he's a good guy. Like, not that they're married in real life, but like as a character. But yeah, I don't like how they do that for him because it makes no sense to me. Either you support her or you don't. And I'm not going to spoil anything if you haven't watched it, so I'm going to shut my mouth. Because I'm mad about certain things, but it will spoil things for the show.
Man. Oh.
It is good though. I was watching Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy, and then all of a sudden, Ghost Whisperer started showing up on my TikTok.
Like, I gotta check this out.
Yeah, and it's actually really good. And I think next I'm gonna watch SVU all the way through because I never have, and that's been popping up in my TikTok. And I think TikTok has been in my brain because so far they've given me good suggestions.
That's good. I'll tell you something. It's been a hell of an episode.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I'm just kidding.
No, I think.
You just kid.
I think we did what we need to. We're both exhausted. It's been a long
Speak
week.
for yourself.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long week. It's been a long week doing cool things and having fun.
I got a bowl tomorrow.
We got a bowl tomorrow. I'm finally 26. I'm getting up there. I'm a whole high school career away from being 30.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting old, fam.
You said that the episode with all the girls too.
Oh yeah,
because I was listening to that driving to work the other day.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
When I don't want to listen to music, it sounds so cheesy and like I'm just like saying this to say this, but when I don't want to listen to music, I listen to the podcast.
Hey, it makes sense. I mean, I don't personally listen to mine anymore. I used to listen to it like 2 or 3 times when it released, and it's not that I don't. It's not like I don't care. It's like I don't need to watch it. I know what happened. I edited it.
Well, and that's my thing. Is like I used to not watch episodes I was in or I sat in the background for because like I was a part
you were
of
there,
it.
yeah.
I love this is not your podcast, but I love Zane and Heath Unfiltered.
I've seen a few episodes of theirs. I'm not a big fan of the Dobrik Squad. So
they're not associated with David anymore.
Oh. I guess I might have to check them out then, because I refuse to.
Because that's why I love
watch
Jeff.
anything. Yeah, Jeff Wittick, Tana.
At least I don't think they're associated with him anymore.
I hope not.
I know.
Because.
Well, I don't like David at all.
Neither do I.
I don't like any God, what's his name? He's on TikTok Live now.
Oh, Jason Nash?
Yeah.
That's sad.
No, it's what he fucking deserves for what he did for Trisha Paytas.
Oh, yeah. But at the same time, influencers who, like, are his friends still are... Actually, people have been saying, like, those aren't your friends. Like, I don't know what the hell you're doing. It's just a train wreck.
Well, and no, because I was watching Tana's podcast, and not that I support Brooke or anything that she has said, all right? We're going to put that out there. Brooke was saying how she heard Jason saying that he would rather be on TikTok than work a low-life job as a regular person.
Yeah, I've heard that. I did not like that.
Like, I'm sorry, bro, that you're so washed up and your kids don't want to fucking see you anymore, so you got to do this shit, but you deserve it. I'm sorry, but you fucking deserve it.
And the guy is what, like almost 60?
It doesn't matter how old you are. Get your bag, sir. But you, what you did to Trisha, what you did for all those fucking people. I'm sorry, I love Trisha Paytas. What you did to all those people. Like, and I know you do not treat your kids the way you should. Absolutely not. You do not. Sorry, I have really strong feelings about these people.
I got irritated about a guy who yelled at a kid for no reason today at the bowling alley.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. The parents were pissing me off. Both of them.
It literally like pissed me the fuck off. I was already irritated a little bit, and that put me over the edge. I just wanted to beat the guy's ass in bowling, and the guy fucking sucked anyways. But yeah.
Sorry, we got really heated there.
Yeah, it's been an episode. This is the last part, the second part of the birthday special. Back to the regular grind, like always. If you're not inching, what are you doing with yourself?
Yeah.
We got a neon sign now.
I'm sorry if you guys don't like seeing me. You probably won't see me next week. So
we are looking more and more legit as the weeks go on. Eventually, we'll get more equipment, but at this moment, I really like the one camera setup. I like the basicness of it. It might not be very aesthetically pleasing, but it's what we got to do to keep moving. Because if you're not inching, what are you doing with your life, you know?
Every inch counts.
Every inch counts. I'm your host, Josh Bogs Life Boger, and my guest, a.k.a. / part-time co-host, Faith Zimmerman, my beautiful girlfriend. And I'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.
Comments. Every inch counts.
All right. Peace.